Welcome to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Join the podcast mogul Phil Better as he interviews successful entrepreneurs that make their living in the digital world. Now, let's join your host, Phil Better, and his special guest today on Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. I am Phil Better, the podcast mogul, and today I am thrilled to introduce a visionary who's helping to shape the future of AI-driven businesses and and digital strategy with a deep commitment to content dominance, inbound marketing, and smart business solutions. Our guest is at the forefront of artificial intelligence innovation, equipping entrepreneurs and businesses alike to thrive in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. He is the pioneering force behind moderniqs.com. Since 2019, our guest has been pushing the boundaries of what AI can do for content creation, intelligent application, and digital platforms. From founding an AI app store to developing large-scale websites, our guest's contribution are setting new standards for what's possible in the world of AI and, of course, entrepreneurship. He's a sought-after speaker and blogger, regularly sharing insight on how AI is transforming work, society, and the digital business ecosystem. So get ready to dive into a forward-thinking conversation that's all about harnessing AI to power up your business. So please welcome the innovative and insightful Stefan Fehr. Stefan, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think I have to shorten my bio a bit.
Well, your bio is shortened. I elongate it to make it seem more impressive. I want my guests to understand how amazing you are here and what you've done with Modern.
Oh, thank you. I kind of feel like I'm a boxer entering the stage.
That's kind of what I want my guests to feel like. Most of my audience knows that I'm a fan of 90s hip hop. So there's always the hype man at the shows, hyping up the crowd. And that's what I do. My job is to hype up the crowd because my entrepreneurs are amazing that I have the honor to interview. So I just like to hype you up as much as I possibly can. So Stefan, I want to thank you for being here. And let's just jump straight into it. Why did you decide to become an entrepreneur and throw off those shackles of the 9-to-5?
Well, so I guess it's for me it was a very obvious thing. I moved, like I'm starting like in the middle of my story. I moved to Switzerland 15 years ago or something like that. And with the coming from Germany originally, with the intention, to get better money, more wage, and so on, and been in Switzerland around 8 years, and came with more money than I ever had afterwards, right? And so did further education in management and so on. And got good jobs, like had a hard time in between with very little money. And then even after having new job, like in kind of like Swiss low management, I didn't had any money at the end of the month, right? So I kind of thought, like, how is it possible that in 1 month I have like 20% of the money I have now, I used to have, and I kind of managed to, managed to come over the month, and now I'm like having 5 times more, and at the end of the month there's zero money left over. So I kind of started to look extreme, like I did actually go into my bank account and copy every single line, every transaction for the last 10 years. And I mean, that was like, and then analyzing everything for a couple of days, and then that was like a gigantic Excel sheet. And at the end of the month, like a couple of months later, I was not having $0 left at the end of the month, but 80% of my net income. So, and that's been the point where I was having, so in Switzerland, you earn quite okay. If you don't spend, I mean, you can spend it very easily, right?
You have a nice salary, but if you don't spend it, if you spend it, you don't have, it just disappears.
It's quickly.
Yeah.
So I started to look at everything, right, and optimized everything, and like a lot of like workflow kind of things as well, like having, or like, how do you say, organization. So having work that is closer to where I'm living, and then working longer hours. And so in the end, I like that took me around 6 months. And 6 months later, I had like, I was at a point where I could have worked 1 day a week and would have enough money to come over the whole month. So I was working 6.5 days by the hours, and you just saved a lot of money. And then I thought, well, I can always go back to this having way more money than I need. So that was a single situation, by the way. That's just for myself, no family, no kids. Um, but I was like, I can always go back to that situation. And I saw everybody else like spending, like nobody really has money left over, and I was like, maybe I could coach this, right? Because it was kind of, I like a lot of the things I did there were things where I thought like a lot of other people can do this as well, and they just never really get their finances together, and organize their financial situation better. So I kind of started with coaching. That's been my first thing, was like
Oh,
financial coaching. I used to be a dating coach before I even before I left my employee life. Yeah. So coaching was my first thing, and then it kind of started with coaching platforms and coaching networks, and then big platforms, and then bigger platforms, and then huge websites. And now we're trying to recreate websites like Healthline that get a couple of 100 million monthly website visitors. Yeah,
my God.
as it goes, right?
Yeah. That's so you saw you were gaining a great salary. So I'm just going to recap
Yeah.
for my audience.
Hmm.
Gaining a
Yeah.
great salary in Switzerland, but at the end of the month you were usually very little money. Like you had like 2 3, I don't know what currency, I'm going to say dollars, left over every month, and you're like, this doesn't work. And so you
Mhm.
took a look at your finances, scraped it down to see, okay, what is essential, what is exception, what is an unnecessary. Got it to where instead of being having 1 2% of your salary every month, up to 80%, by optimizing your finances, optimizing where you work so you can work those longer hours so that you could work less days, in essence, so that you optimize it so you could always make it enough money. And from looking around everybody, you saw that everybody was like in the same situation you were, but what you were previously, and you decided to start coaching them. And
Yeah.
from there, you stayed as a coach, working a 9 to 5 while coaching until it got to a point where you're like, okay, bye bye 9 to 5. I can do this full time. And now you're creating websites that are getting millions and millions of daily or monthly visitors. And how did you monetize that? That's an interesting. How do you monetize creating websites?
Oh, well. So okay. So first of all, that's like there's websites like healthline.com and others, and what they do is they create ultra high quality blog articles. How do you monetize? Well, where are you coming from?
Montreal, Canada.
Montreal. So think Montreal. Think a cocktail bar in Montreal, right?
Hmm.
Every or any local business, right? So every local business has like 100 competitors in town, just as a
Hmm.
cocktail bar, for example, right? So and everybody today has a website. Every business has a website, or almost every business. So um, but no one really has blog articles. So if you are searching on Google for best Long Island iced tea Montreal, right? Um, and there's one restaurant that has just a blog article for every cocktail they have on their menu. Who's Google gonna send the traffic to?
The
The cocktail
basic
bar that doesn't
websites.
have any content, or the cocktail bar that has a headline saying "Best Long Island Iced Tea Montreal"? It's quite easy. So there's huge need for, since you can do this with AI. I mean, you can do this with ChatGPT, but it's not good enough. But you can do this with AI today in a couple of clicks. So the thing why businesses don't have that is like it used to take 20 hours to
Yeah.
create a high quality article, and with ChatGPT it's still like at our quality level, it's still 4 hours for one article, and we are like 10 seconds. So the reason not many businesses have it yet is because technology is very new. Yeah.
So how did you go from coaching to AI website building? Like that's for me that's like going from I'm going to study, rocks to I'm going to be a rocket scientist. Like it's a huge jump. Like
Okay.
it's completely different. So how did that happen?
The ultra short version. I was a coach. I had my finance course. I did do the same with learning.
Mhm.
So I optimized my learning process by 20 times. I was 20 times faster. Finance, dating, learning, and so on. So I had like several courses I wanted to sell. So I needed a website that where, whenever I put a new course out and I want to change anything on the website, everything needs to change. So I was in a need for building big websites. And then um that kind of I tried to do this not just for myself, because I had like great pretty interesting marketing ideas. So I wanted to build a platform for coaches, and that kind of got scrapped one day because of legal issues, problems that I couldn't solve. So I started another one, which was selling business software as an affiliate platform. And when it comes to affiliate, it's like you have to have a lot of traffic. If you get paid when people buy, when they click your
Yeah.
links. Um, and I had this it's my old project, App Columbus, and that was 70 articles on there, 70 different products that I created blog articles on. And the day I was creating a lot of AI text for those articles, that was the day when my reach on Google went from 1,000 over the next couple of months to 130,000. And I was like, okay, 70 articles, 130,000. Next year, I want to do 10,000 articles, right? And then, there I was searching for an app that can do that, and nobody had one, so I created my own. Yeah,
You've
basically.
all it seems
That's
that
yeah.
yeah, you seem to only solve problems that you have, and then you figure out that hey, other people can get this if I have this problem. So it seems that you've been an entrepreneur pretty much since from birth, because you've been solving problems in your own life, and then you finally figured out that hey, I've solved enough of my own problems, I can sell these ideas when you became a coach. um what do you like? That's so you built this AI.
There's a method behind this.
I'm guessing you probably have a course on it as well, or you're developing a course on it soon.
Actually,
Uh,
I'm thinking about doing a podcast on my method. Yeah,
we can
but yeah,
talk after about that.
yeah.
But so this AI tool that you have
Uh-huh.
helps businesses create, can help local mom and pops to Amazon level companies create these articles that will help drive Google and other search engines to their website, which can then others sell. They can help sell things, get clients, or if it's a restaurant, get people to come
Yeah.
and sit down at their thing. Um, what differentiates you from other companies, like you said, Lifeline, other companies that create high quality blog articles
Hmm.
for businesses?
So Healthline is a website for health issues,
Yeah.
and what they do is they create blog articles that get you this traffic. We're trying to build a system that has the same quality in one click. So I guess I'm not sure how many how many freelancers and employees and years Healthline needed to create these, I don't know how many thousand articles they have on health,
Mhm.
but it's a lot, And I mean, pre ChatGPT times, that would have been millions of dollars creating this and years of work. And now with ChatGPT, so like there's others that claim having one click articles and generators. So there's others that claim to have the same apps, but every time I'm trying them, they're like 15 minutes to create an article, and with our system it's 10 seconds. So just enter the headline: best Long Island IC Montreal, press create, and it's creating the images, creating the texts, uploading it to your website, doing plagiarism checks, and many, many more steps. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm. And for you as an example for podcast, right? You can
Yeah.
take the transcript of your episode. We launched, by the way, launched our transcript app today, a couple of hours
Nice.
ago. And you can take the transcript and put it into ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT, create me 10 headlines for this podcast transcript, and then put the headline into our system, put the transcript into our system, add some prompt before, like this is podcast X with host Y and guest Z. Please create an article, reference the following transcript multiple times, and make it sound like the host. And then the system creates like I think a high professional writer would need weeks to create an article like that, and it kind of takes like 10 seconds. Yeah, maybe
That's
20.
it may take it's under a minute. Like, listen, if it's under a minute, most people will be happy with it.
Oh, no, no, no. You know, we wanted to have the system so that when you wait with your car at the red stoplight and you have a content idea, you have the content idea, you take out your phone, you put it in, you press create, and when you're coming home, the article is ready for you.
Yeah, that's impressive. That will solve businesses hours, not just in dollars, but also in time to help generate more business for them. Um, and obviously make their bottom line go bigger and bigger, which all businesses want. Um, what's next for you? Like, what are you looking to do? What's the next thing for Stefan? Like, I'm pretty sure Modern RQ is going to become the number one or have a huge market share of the AI content generation. But what's next for you? Because you seem to be on this crazy Renaissance type man journey. So what's next for Stefan?
Well, so that's the thing. Like this system, I didn't build, or I guess I started alone. So now I can say we. So the system we didn't build just for others. We built it for ourselves, right? Because there was no app. What I wanted to do is having a couple of hundred Hellflame kind of websites in any kind of way. Like, I don't know, I want to do something. My partner is vegan, so I want to do some huge platform for vegan products, maybe with affiliate links, we'll see. And like there's many projects planned where we're using, it's just think about it, like SpaceX is using their rocket to get their satellites into space to make more money. And we're using our blog article generator to, we're kind of in the middle of creating a one-click website solution as well. So the ultimate goal is that you enter kind of your topic and the system creates the website and 1,000 articles, right? So, yeah. So
Wow.
that's the next step.
Knowing you, it's probably going to be out before the end of next year. Uh,
No, it's not that fast. No. But it's heavily automated. So it's like, it's still operatable from one person kind of thing. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
What do you
At
do to
scale.
invest in yourself? Like you said, you had your course on 20xing your or 20
Mhm.
at least 20xing your learning. But
Mhm.
what do you do on like a daily basis to invest in yourself?
Um, Basically, it's not that often that I'm having enough time. So I'm working on. So I'm not improving myself that often. I'm improving the output of my automations, right? So
Mhm.
it's kind of, I learned that, okay. My usual process is I see or learn something new, and then I automate it. So okay, but the method behind it is, to be honest, really, like a lot of stuff is coming from Elon. And I'm just as I mentioned before, like I'm watching him. So he was the task. The task is, how can we build a city? How can we finance a city with 1 million people on Mars? Nobody's going to give us the money, so they had to come up with something. So they had their infrastructure, the rocket, already built. Now the problem was, nobody there was not enough demand for like to make enough money to finance this. So they used their own rocket to get their own satellites in space to make more money. I'm doing the same. Like I'm watching him. doing something like that, and then I'm thinking, how can I do this myself, right? And it's like a lot of improvements really come from looking at Tesla, studying Tesla, and how they like how Musk was building the strategic structures of the company is very crazy. But really, like looking at what is he doing and how can I like, then they built the Starship with steel instead of alloy, and so I was like, okay, different production system, and that's how my blog articles came from 10 minutes an article down to 10 seconds. Right, better production systems, and this kind of stuff. But really, where it all started was the Factor School, and that was the name because of Musk as well. And once I saw how he was describing how to drill tunnels for 50 million instead of a billion per kilometer or per mile. And he was always talking about factors, right? If you drill the hole for 2 lanes, you have to drill, because you have to drill square meters, you have to drill 4 times the amount. And if you do 2 single lanes, you have to do only 2 times like half the amount of, and like all the stuff. And so it's kind of, I'm always searching for the next factor, right? What can I do faster, more automated than the day before? And then it's just, is it worth it? Probably. So let's do it. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So what you're looking at you is looking for a mentor that who is doing leaps and bounds that are different and succeeding, and then breaking it down on how you can do it for yourself in your niche in
Yeah.
what you're doing.
It's not really, you don't have to take Musk, but it's really like there's a person doing something better than yesterday, and seeing the method behind and thinking, can I apply this to what I'm doing? And usually the answer is yes, if you're creative enough, and then just do it. Yeah.
What are your hobbies?
Well, I have to admit, I am in the AI space. One of my competitors is OpenAI, and well, I guess everyone's competitor is OpenAI, or soon going to be. But it's like it's a fast developing. So hobbies are limited.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Improving is part of my hobby, so it's kind of
One and the same.
um, it's a dangerous mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, where do you see the AI space going from here? Because you're at the forefront of it.
Yeah.
What do you feel like it can happen? What can happen in the future?
Well, I recently had so this is maybe something cool to think about. Probably the audience hasn't heard yet. It's like, so I was always advocating for slowing down progress, because just to admit, like with you can our tool can one employee using our tool can do the same amount of work of 1,000 employees that are trained on using ChatGPT to do the same. So it's like developing AI further. I don't know if we're ready for it. I don't think so, but there's upside. There's a lot of upside as well. One of the things I was thinking about is like, once we have more potent AI systems, we can take them, for example, to just look at all global engineering we do and come up with a Lego style. I was blogging about this on LinkedIn, like a like 200 parts that are functioning like Lego, like, right? You can clip them together or whatever and build anything with it, right? So 200 multifunctional parts where you can build houses, cars, rovers, build infrastructure on the moon or on Mars, right? Repurpose everything if you don't need it anymore, this kind of thing. And so that would be impossible for a human to do, but for AI, it's going to be very possible very soon. Yeah.
I
I mean,
love
you
it.
kind of need one factory to build a planet.
In
Right.
essence, yeah, that's what it would be, and then you can just have multiple factors in different countries, and it goes even faster. And life is, we can look at
That's crazy.
improving
Yeah.
other aspects of our life. Um, Other than Elon Musk, is there anybody else that you're looking at as a mentor or someone to take their ideas from? Not take their ideas, but realize how they came up with their ideas and restructure it so that you can recreate it in your world.
There are others, some which I don't like to share because I think it's like kind of where I'm getting my knowledge from is kind of I want to keep this as a secret.
No problem. The ones that
one
you feel comfortable sharing.
one thing I'm looking at right now is because kind of the technical part of what we're doing is almost done. So I'm looking. There's this book what I'm what I'm audiobook what I'm listening to right now. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dave Carnegie or something like that.
Yes, a
And
very iconic book in the entrepreneurial space.
yeah. I guess so. Like I think, look, if I wouldn't be in the AI space, I would read and learn and improve more. But in the AI space, it's like uh improvement is small then automated, improve, automate. So it's like, yeah. That one I see as um one of the next big things in life, just when the money thing is done, it's like how to have a good life, right? And
Hmm.
also be very influential and liked by people and so on. Yeah, it's good
I love it.
trade, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a great time. It's able you're able to connect to people and understand people with that book. It's one of
Mhm.
the first books I read when I started my entrepreneurial journey about 4 years ago. Um, we are coming to the end here. I would love to pick your brain more on the AI space, but we need to end. So I'm going to ask you, if what advice would you love to be able to hand back to a 10-year-old version of you, Stefan? What would you love to pass back to them so that they could maybe improve their life a little quicker or watch out for something in their life?
So to my 10-year-old version,
Yeah, to yours.
mm, well, I certainly started with all of this when I was 32, and that could have been at least 22. 16 would be better, right?
Of
Like
course, yeah.
better, yeah, and not do the normal career thing. It wasn't mine. um, well, so one of the strong suggestions, since I'm sitting in front of a computer 14 hours a day, almost 7 days a week, keep doing sports as your mom told you to, because I think this by now saved my life. So, other people have strong back pain. They don't sit half the time as I do every day. So yeah. Um, so that one was good. Start early with entrepreneurship. Like,
I love it. Oh, that's
yeah.
great. Start early, start learning that process of understanding what it is to be an entrepreneur. Because yeah, like I always say, I think entrepreneurs are the backbone of society and the economy, and we need to
Yeah.
have more of them in the world. Stefan, I'm going to jump off stage here. I want you to let the audience know where they can connect with you, how they can check out Modern RQs for their businesses
Mhm.
and all that. So the floor, sir, is yours.
Well, so really, um, everybody should blog once a month. If you have a website, you should blog once a month because Google is going to see that there's something happening with your company and it's going to send you a bit more traffic. And with our system, you can blog once a month for free and it doesn't take time. So that's moderniqs.com. And yeah, setting up your account and your website takes 1 or 2 minutes. Okay.
Thank you so much, Stefan. I want to thank you for your golden nuggets about what AI is coming and how Modern IQ can help, and the advice about just blogging once a month. Um, of course, to my audience, make sure you check out the show notes down below for connections to Modern IQ website as well as Stefan and the company to see what they're doing in the future and help your business. And as I always say,